When it comes to getting more from less, a really good example of this is, frankly, a hunt that I went on in Alberta a whole bunch of years ago, probably about 10, maybe 12 years ago already. It's about where the egg essentially ends. And then it's nothing but timber, and there's not much egg in this area at all. I knew darn well that the whole key to filling this tag would be to show up early and find that deer. Don't get me wrong, I've done plenty of hunting up here during October, and during October, I'll tell you what, you get what you're looking for is you're looking for a good setup. They happen to have permission to hunt the 4 or 5 egg fields in the entire zone that they have these permits for. But September is a completely different animal, because all those clovers, all those cool season grasses and weeds, all those aspen leaves. Aspen leaves, there was a stomach content study done in northern Wisconsin back when I was a kid. And what they found was, as long as they were available throughout the year, the #1 food that made up these whitetail stomachs were aspen leaves. The small, tender aspen leaves, it's just like candy to them. I show up 2 days early, slap out cameras on the fields, and I'm going ahead, my buddy and I are splitting up. He's observing one field, I'm observing another, and geez, it's the day before. See, we still don't have one. 3 days before the very end of my tag, when all of a sudden a glorious 8-point with a heck of a drop tine and about 150-inch 10 both come out in this alfalfa field. The alfalfa field is darn near knee high. Here's the thing though, they didn't come out back in the corner. They didn't come back out in the other corner, which had some cattle in it, but still. And the island of trees that looked so promising to me, geez, I could go ahead and set up in that island and I can cover a good... No, they came out 70 yards from the road. From studying, I could tell what they're doing is they're walking the creek. When they get to just before a little inside corner in the field, they cut through the woods and they're popping out about 20 yards, 30 yards down from that inside corner. Barely a trail there at all. The only reason I set that stand was because I watched those 2 bucks come out there. I go ahead and I set it. We've got 2 hunts left. I show up that next night. Beautiful south wind. Now, when I'm saying beautiful, I'm saying because it works for the stand. It is way too darn hot. Between the heat, between the moon, between the temp, between no overcast, these deer should not be moving. And they're a half hour before before last light. I look, sure enough, there he is. I had a glorious, glorious, pure velvet, 150-inch 10-point laying out in the alfalfa. When that buck steps out in front of you and gives you a gimme shot, you really don't care that every single condition is telling you that it's not supposed to work. And B, when it comes to early and late season, you find those bucks. You see the trails they're coming out on, you either go back up that trail and set up there, or you set up on the trail where they're dumping into the food source. Getting lucky at that time, early and late season, don't happen much unless I make my own luck. Then I tend to get lucky.